Ho, what is up, guys? Some big's brewing in the Bitcoin market right now. I want to talk about the macro. I want to talk about the Bitcoin. I want to talk about the altcoins, particularly AI coins today. Diving down in that rabbit hole once again. Lots to talk about. Your questions, second half of the stream. So stick around for those good times. Shout out to everybody joining today's live stream. You guys are awesome. So, first and foremost, very interesting from Financial Juice. Trump, I may give a lot of countries breaks on tariff. Fajao saying clear vibe shift in rhetoric from Trump wouldn't fade it. Surprise, surprise. The tariff stuff may end up being nowhere near as crazy as everybody thought. You know, again, the art of the deal negotiating tactic. Go completely nuclear for your starting negotiation position, and then you get somewhere in the middle, approximately. Every damn time, man. SPX, this is the S&P 500, looking not too shabby yesterday. Now, that currently at the time we're having this conversation, S&P 500 futures are up like 0.03%, so pretty flat opening for futures today. But a really nice move by the futures market, or by the total market yesterday for the S&P 500. Look at this. We're back above the 200-day EMA and back above the 20-day EMA. Now, the question, the million, billion, 100 billion, whatever, multi-trillion dollar question, geez Louise, is, of course, will we maintain? Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you here. Nice to see you here. Mohammed, what's up, man? Nice to see you. Michael, Lachlan. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Joe Boy. Nirvana, what's up? James, nice to see you guys. Nice to see everybody here. Glad to have you all here for the conversation. So, the S&P 500. Very interesting place right now. If we see momentum maintain here, really good. Now, it doesn't have to go straight back to highs. Let's just get that out of our heads. That's actually weird to run straight back to highs. If we grind a little bit higher, we maintain above the 200-day EMA, that's good. That's good. But I like that. I like to see that. That's nice. If we lose the 200-day EMA ASAP, like in the next candle or two, not so awesome. So we'll see how it plays out over the rest of the week, but let's say an encouraging start to the week nevertheless. Coin Trader Nick, upside surprises in growth. No way. That's in reference to this. So the manufacturing PMI came in at 49.8, generally over 50. We consider to be really good and bullish. Estimated to be at 51.7, so it came in under expectation. Very close to the key lines, so not mega bearish yet. Could be better. March services PMI, though, absolutely exploding, 54.3 versus 50.8. Composite PMI, which kind of calculates for everything, 53.5, previous 51.6. Very nice moves here. So manufacturing, a little bit slow after sort of the big run recently with, you know, everybody pre-positioning for tariffs and stuff like that. But these deals keep getting announced. I mean, Donald Trump's managed to get trillions of dollars of investments now. Handy just announcing today that they're going to be building a steel plant in the USA, and they're going to start making 1 million cars a year in the USA and stuff like that. So big things are happening here, guys. Everybody wants access to US markets. Another Coin Trader Nick here from sharing this from Rama Lualia. So the argument is that the global economy took out a lot of debt, including 5-year money in the middle of a COVID at extremely low rates. The money is coming due. Debt is never paid back. Debt is refinanced. Therefore, a significant margin call is coming due, and it's in the interest of the administration to lower the 10-year to enable refinancing. This is a really flawed logic. The key to enable refinancing a debt is to encourage a stable capital market environment that enables the assets that the debt is financing to maintain their equity values. Extraordinary wealth has been generated since the COVID era in equities and home values, and a policy environment that enables individuals and firms to access capital markets, tap liquidity, and refinance would enable markets to get over the debt maturity humps that are coming due. A lower 10-year would certainly lower interest expense, but a market that is priced for recession means capital markets and bank lending are shut off for all but the most creditworthy borrowers who would never really have a risk refinancing their liabilities. Anyway, Bessent knows this, Treasury Secretary right now. As far as we can tell, Mr. Bessent is the Wizard of Oz and has a clear-eyed view of the trade-offs involved. Trump may be shooting from the hip with his instincts. The bottom line, fade the idea that the administration seeks to talk the United States into recession. Right? And basically most indicators right now are showing that the USA is not moving into a recession, okay? That doesn't mean the administration doesn't want to front load what it perceives as medicine, but the reality is any recession would significantly hurt government revenues and exacerbate the very deficits that they're seeking to rein in. The best bear case is that valuations are higher than earnings growth and multiples justify, and that's legitimate. It's interesting, isn't it? Very, very interesting take. Anyway, price of Bitcoin right now. Had a nice move yesterday. You know, it's so funny. We saw the price. Anybody, technical analysis doesn't mean anything. It's just astrology for men. Okay, sure. Look, the price of Bitcoin yesterday rallied up to the 50-day EMA, got rejected there, which is a logical rejection point, but they can't just respect these magical lines on the charts, Lark. Well, apparently they do. Just like it did right back here. Anyway, very interesting to see. Logical point to get a bit of a pullback here. That was around $89,000. Still maintaining the overall uptrend here. MACD still in the positive. Wouldn't be shocked to see a pullback here to the sort of mid-80 zone to retest some of this stuff right here. I mean, we kind of already had that today, but, you know, like a full-on candle close down there. But so far, Bitcoin reversing up from 86 to around 87. Let's see, of course, the big area, of course, to watch out for, as we keep saying, so I'm not going to spend much time talking about today, is this one right here, which is the bottom of the range previously. That's around $91,000, $92,000. Get back into that. Very exciting stuff. TA is great for describing what happened. You can always find a reason or pattern for the past, but that's it. Well, it's also an interesting tool for trying to think about what's going to happen. Again, you could have been looking at this yesterday, and I talk about this quite a bit. Okay, what's the next logical area to look for a rejection? Well, it's going to be this EMA, for example. So that would have been, okay, if you wanted to short the market there, for example, or if you're feeling the FOMO and you want to buy into there, you're literally buying into resistance, right? So look, yeah, it's a great past looking tool to say how things have done, but looking forward, very different. Lark, what did your dad do for work? My dad is still a carpenter and was a farmer before that, working on cattle, cow farms and stuff like this. And my mother worked her ass off. Okay. So get out of here with that bullshit. My mom was a very hardworking woman. She ran a big market garden. I helped her every year with that market garden. She worked very, very hard. Usually worked 2 jobs plus the market garden. So no, my mom worked her ass off. Okay. Let's make sure that's straight. Great lady. Okay. Continuing. Bitcoin hash ribbon buy signal flashing. A buy signal just flashed for BTC on the weekly chart. This is macro bullish. I agree. Basically, every time we've seen a Bitcoin hash ribbon signal flash buy has been a very interesting opportunity for markets. This time different. It's a pretty contrarian bet if you think so. Neste saying price discovery coming next for Bitcoin. Bring up the 2023 fractals with where we are right now. That'd be interesting if it does play out like that, doesn't it? Colin with our update here on the global M2 money supply. Now, it'll be interesting if we get this mid-cycle rally that fails, then sort of a low in a week or two, maybe around the April 2nd tariff stuff. The market freaks out again, man. We go back down to the lower 80s, even upper 70s again. Everybody starts calling for 40K, 60K Bitcoin again. And then we catch up with the M2 and up we go. Okay. Business cycle composite update. Look at this. This is where we are in the business cycle right now, right here. Check this out. This is where we are in the business cycle. This is where the business cycle was when the markets have topped previously. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? Market cycle peak, market cycle peak, market cycle peak. This is not a market cycle peak. This is not what the business cycle looks like when markets are peaking. It's just not. It's just not. Okay? Prices will go much higher. Okay? Doesn't mean in a straight line. Doesn't mean there's not going to be a lot of scary shit happening along the way. It's interesting. Bull markets climb the wall of worry. Bear markets descend the wall of worry. Just worrying all the time in markets, basically. Essentially. Snippet in chatter that another corporate of scale will announce a Bitcoin strategy at worst in Q2. Significant, aka not GameStop. Well, that's very interesting chatter, Andrew, if that's true. Now, is that going to be Amazon, Facebook? I mean, we know Mark Zuckerberg's GOAT is literally named Bitcoin, so don't tell me Mark Zuckerberg is not in on the Bitcoin train, but he hasn't got his company to buy yet. But maybe the waters are warmer now. You know, the Zuck's been on his sort of redemption arc recently. Is he going to buy some Bitcoin for Meta? That would be big. I could see it. I could see it happen, man. So look, we will see other corporations adopting a Bitcoin corporate reserve strategy. I refuse to believe that, you know, MicroStrategy and Tesla are going to be the only big companies to do it. Now, there's other smaller companies that continue to announce all the time, Metaplan over in Japan and stuff like that. But give me another mega company, then things are really interesting. The fact that Tesla still has their Bitcoin is really interesting and not talked about nearly enough. But give me Meta, give me Google, give me Apple, and holy shit, things get real crazy, man. Real crazy, real fast. That's the kind of news that sets off a spark of excitement in the markets, just like happened back in 2021 when Tesla announced the Bitcoin buys. Here's another interesting one for you as well. Hong Kong ETF issuer confirms that China is actually preparing a shift in Bitcoin and crypto. We've had this from multiple sources now. This is just a guy who, you know, is literally a TradFi bro from Hong Kong who's in it every day. He's saying, yeah, we're, you know, he doesn't use super direct language, basically saying there's a shift going on here. That kind of lines up with what we heard from David Bailey from Bitcoin Magazine, saying that there's closed door meetings in Beijing about the strategic Bitcoin reserve in the United States. And that is going to be, you know, potentially seeing a major shift of policy here in China. If China's back, baby, the crypto market's going to be back in a way that you guys have not seen. It'll be nuts. Hey, by the way, guys, we're trading the crypto markets. I know you guys are trading the crypto markets, okay? Check out BitUnix. Great place to be trading the crypto coins, okay? You want to long the rips? You want to short the dips? They got you covered, man. No KYC, no VPN, no BS. All you have to do, click the link down below. It doesn't matter where you are in the world at Unix. Click on the link, start trading, have a good time. Deposit USDT. Boom. Bob's your Uncle Fans, you're at. You can trade all you want. All right? And special bonuses you can see up on the screen here. $10 on sign up to $400 in deposit bonuses. You deposit $2,000, get $400 back, and $2,000 in trading bonuses up for grabs here. Go check it out if you are a trader and trade all top pairs. Link down below. Solana, good old salami coin here. Salami coin currently uptrend continuing, as you can see right here, broken out beyond the 20-day EMA. Encouraging first signs. Now, can this just be a bull trap and we're going to get mega cucked and everything's going to go down to zero in the next few days? Of course it can be, man. I mean, April 2nd is still a week away, man. That's a lot. It's a long time in crypto. Holy shit. We have a whole weekend to get through of Donald Trump tweeting. Who knows what can happen in that time, okay? But tariffs coming on April 2nd. Market's probably priced in the majority of the worst possible scenario for that. The recovery you're seeing in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ and Bitcoin and Solana and even Ethereum. Even Ethereum is not being totally dead. That's amazing, right? All this sort of stuff indicates that now the market's pricing in things maybe not being nuclear Armageddon level. I hope you guys watched that video. What was it? We did this literally yesterday. We're talking about literally how back in the 60s, like people were fearing literal nuclear Armageddon, but then markets bounced back super hard afterwards. You know, so just all within scope of reasoning. Tariffs or nuclear Armageddon. It's basically the same thing. Markets, man. Ethereum did get back over its 20-day EMA for just a few seconds there. It's currently just hiding right above it, just right above it there. Old ETH, man. Is Ethereum going to be the Nokia of crypto? Once the big thing, then one day just suddenly not. Be interesting to see. Not fully, I'm not going to fade the Ethereum team, man. They've done some really great work over time. However, they need to get their shit together. It's the reason why I sold my Ethereum. Threw it in a salami coin there. We'll see how it plays out. Now, probably Ethereum comes out with like some brass age mentality, goes to $20,000. Solana only goes to 500, and I regret all my life decisions. But, you know, CLV. Credible crypto, ETH BTC ratio. Believe in the dream. Believe in the dream. Are we about to see a major rally with ETH outperforming versus Bitcoin? Well, some of the Bitcoin news we've seen, it's a tough call right now for Ethereum to pull off. Jangle here. Many are starting to place big expectations on Aptos, but why? Take a look what happened in 2024 Q4 to find out. BlackRock Biddle, of course, huge amount of, actually the third largest. So it's live on Aptos, but the third largest after Ethereum and Avalanche. Very interesting, right? At $52 million, $620 million in USDT and USDC. Very big moves. On-chain activity absolutely booming. Look at this. This is crazy, man. Huge amounts of on-chain activity starting to happen here. This daily active addresses on Aptos. Very interesting, isn't it? That's just in Q4. Of course, that's a lot that's popped up since then. One of the relatively better looking assets right now, right? Actually above its 20-day EMA. Has had a few days actually just kind of trending just above it there, which is a lot more you can say for a lot of assets right now. Had a nice little pop here. Now the next struggle is to get over the 50-day EMA. That's around $6.20, let's say. So if we get above that, things start to get pretty exciting. But remember, nothing good happens under the 200-day moving average, which is still all the way up here at like $8, man. So we got a lot of room to go for like real recovery in the markets, right? But investing is always like that. If it was comfortable to buy when the lows were in, everybody would do it. Most people are afraid, right? And I get it. Right now, here's the interesting thing. Buying when we are down here, right? Okay, that feels like a great contrarian bet at the time, buying at 460 or $5 here or something. This was starting to form a bit of a bottom here. So you might say, okay, we're starting to form a bit of a bottom here. Maybe that's going to be enough. MACD starts turning around here at 520. And I've been buying a lot of Aptos, told you guys about that, been sort of buying a few Aptos here, a few Aptos there over the last few weeks. But here's the thing. You can wait till we get back over the 200-day EMA, and that's the safer bet, 100%. That really shows a clear reversal of markets and reversal of fortune. And under the 200-day EMA, it is bearish. It is bearish. We're still in a downtrend, right? Until proven otherwise. Now, maybe this is the start of a new uptrend. It could be. It could be. Let's see. But you want to start getting some good price moves in here. But buying on a retake of the 20-day EMA could be an interesting place to start positioning yourself. I'm not saying you should go out and buy Aptos. I'm just talking about charts here and trying to share a bit of my thoughts here educationally on the charts, right? Buying under here, shit could still go lower because we're still trading under the 20-day EMA, which is the shortest, EMA that I pay attention to in terms of short-term bullish bearish momentum. Coming back over that shows at least short-term bullish momentum. Is that enough momentum to get us back up to retake the key real higher time frame bull bear line at the 200-day EMA around $8? Let's see. But buying here around $5.50 or $6, probably relatively less risky than buying down here when it's uncertain if we're going to take that 20-day EMA anytime soon, right? Anyway, just some thoughts for you. Top Fud shared this. Your daily reminder, SHIB had a 19. So if you were not around in 2021, holy shit, man. It was crazy. Shiba Inu, the dog coin, had a $19 billion single day market cap increase. One day, $19 billion. That's out of control. Shiba Inu literally went up in one day more than the vast majority of cryptocurrencies are even worth right now. I mean, how many coins even have a total market cap over $19 billion right now? Not that many. 10, 15 maybe. That's crazy, man. That's absolutely nuts. Now, of course, this is all about shilling Fartcoin. Fartcoin only $600 million market cap. Interesting. Now, you guys know about some Fartcoin the other day around 33 cents. It's up pretty decently so far, 54 cents currently. Uptrend is in place. Let's see how that does play out. But I could see a retest here of the 50-day EMA around 45 cents. Even a retest of the 20-day EMA would not surprise me all that much, to be honest, around 40 cents. So 40 to 45 cents, probably an interesting buy zone for anybody late on Fartcoin. Now, obviously, this is a meme of a fart, guys. Probably a good time to put out that, by the way, I own cryptocurrencies. You can find my portfolio disclosures down below. Plus, there's a risk statement there. You can basically lose all your money investing in cryptocurrencies, especially highly, wildly, ridiculous, speculative bullshit like this. Okay? Okay, fantastic. Let's just keep that in mind, all right? Lunar Crush. Our AI agents back in the top performing sector today with the average asset up over 18% and social engagement screaming higher. Top engagements go to Injective, Fame AI, Fetch AI Rig, Pal. So some of these, it's interesting. Some of these things are new, like Banker Coin. Somebody's mentioned something about that to me before. Creator Bid. That's sort of one of the big agent launch pad dealio things. Anyway, all that stuff. Cookie, MyShell, Venice token. That was a great and unexpected airdrop, man. Thank you for all the free money, Venice token. That was awesome. That was awesome, man. Fantastic. Anyway, a lot of attention coming back into AI agents. I think when we do get a broader risk on move, boom, we're going to see AI agents absolutely pop back. So a very good niche to keep an eye on, right? Shout out to one of my portfolio bags here. Still in the venture round, has not released their token yet, but will soon. And also Plume Network, by the way. I have not grabbed a bag of that yet, but yeah, that's an interesting real world asset one to keep an eye on. Anyway, decentralized AI, real world assets are here. ZeroG Labs partnering up with the guys who are at Plume Network, combining the power of decentralized agents, tokenizations on the largest L1 for AI. Real world AI agents will leverage ZeroG's market-leading inference and data storage infrastructure with Plume's comprehensive ecosystem, 180 plus real-world asset projects. These include AI-driven real-world tokenization, automated research and reporting, decentralized finance, AI for real-world asset management, institutional retail accessibility. Pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty interesting sectors bringing together. ZeroG Labs, when it comes out, definitely want to keep an eye on. Now, how about some of our AI agent darlings, man? Well, this is AI 16Z. Trying currently to get back above the 20-day EMA. Let's see. Let's see how we go with that, of course, but still has a lot of work to do. It is down dramatically, and still, of course, the 200-day EMA. We don't even have that on the chart yet, do we? Or is it? It doesn't even exist yet. Doesn't even exist yet. It's too new of an asset. If it did exist, it'd probably way up here around like a buck or some shit like that. Anyway, besides the point, right now we're trying to take out the 20-day EMA. Downtrend is still very much in effect. However you want to draw that. There's not a lot of great points here to draw it onto, to be honest. Maybe you could look at those. In that case, we already had a breakout. Probably the best points contact right there. Not a nice clean one. 20-day EMA's best point of inference here for us, and that is currently acting as resistance, as you could see yesterday. Break above that, maybe we start getting some moves happening here. Near Protocol, the AI blockchain, has just boosted its shard count from 6 to 8. Here's what means: 33% leap in network capacity, instant single block resharding, no more 4-hour-long waits, accelerating scaling even more. Fantastic. Now, one of the more bullish charts right now with a nice breakout beyond the 20-day EMA, gunning up for the 50-day EMA next at $3.20, which is a logical point of resistance. When we do get up there, potentially offers a short-term short, or if you see it break out beyond that, a potential long situation all the way up even to the 200-day EMA around $4.30, but that's a pretty big move to try to catch. Okay. A lot of stuff to talk about today, guys. As always, hope you guys enjoy this conversation. I enjoy the hell out of talking to you guys. I just like point that out there. It's always a good time. I love preparing for these live streams. I love having the live streams. They're always a good time. Remember to hydrate, my friends. Fantastic. Okay, so what do you guys want to talk about? Bitcoin will go up, but only 12 more years. 1.5 million left, 450 a day is mine. Do the math, hold tight. Remember, the top 1% hold 90% of the coin. Well, if Bitcoin only goes up for another 12 years, I mean, how long do you need to hold your Bitcoin for? That's an interesting question. You know, honestly, if I see Bitcoin trading at a million, 1.5 or something like that, I mean, you know, I'm going to sell some Bitcoin. I mean, who the hell's not going to sell Bitcoin at that point? You'd be crazy not to. No, I know what you're thinking, but it's going to go to $13 million. Yeah, well, maybe at some point in the far distant future. And I will keep, you know, I'm always going to have some Bitcoin. Okay. Pass it on to my kids, be fine. But in that situation, $1 million Bitcoin, we're going to take some Bitcoin off the table, man. Holy shit. Actually, if that, you know, that was it Josh Mandel, if his prediction of a $440,000 Bitcoin comes true, I'm serious, selling like, I don't know, a third or half my Bitcoin or something. And then rebuying in the bear market, obviously, but like, holy shit, like that's, come on, man, that's nuts. Anyway, let's continue. Are we in a bear? We're either in a bear trap or a bull trap right now. We're currently in a mini bull trap, but within a bigger bear trap. That's actually a bull market, but people fear it's a bear market. Look, this whole big move, this growth scare, probably an irrational overreaction by the market, as I've been saying for a few months now. It doesn't mean that it hasn't been painful. Obviously, it's been pretty brutal, especially for altcoins. Some stocks have been absolutely smashed, and high time frame charts still look very bearish. You got to keep that in mind, okay? Doesn't mean they can't change, doesn't mean things can't flip in the coming weeks, but high time frame charts still looking pretty damn rough, okay? Okay. So let's see if we can turn this current rally into more than just a relief rally, more than just a short-term bull trap, if we can actually start getting some real legs to it. F Goblin Town. Amen to that, Trigadon. Screw Goblin Town and all the goblins live there. Dude, make my day and pull. But okay, you know what? Let's look at a Cardano chart. I have not looked at a Cardano chart in a few days. Oh, let's see what Charles Coin is doing here. The beard does stay on, my friends. Always remember that. As soon as Charles shaves his beard, you got to sell. Not financial advice. Okay, not Cardano advice. That's just reality, okay? If the man doesn't have a beard, it's over. It's over. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's have a look at this. You know what? I'm digging it. As I've said before, Cardano's had a really great chart recently, and I haven't been watching it super closely. But man, Cardano has definitely been putting in some moves recently. It's actually been one of the stronger coins throughout the entire sell-off. They're doing very well, okay? You can see, here's the 200-day EMA. How many coins have just been tragically 30, 40, 50% under their freaking 200-day EMAs? Is nuts. Whereas, yeah, okay, on the big sell-off days, Cardano dipped under even for a few days at a time, but generally it's been hugging right next to that 200-day EMA. And currently, it's taking out the 200-day EMA. MACD has just flipped bullish here on the daily. You can see that. Took out the 200-day EMA on the current candle and took out the 20-day EMA. So that's very interesting. Look for a potential rejection here around 77 cents, which is not very high above us at the 50-day EMA. So I could see something like you come up here to the 50-day EMA, face a bit of a rejection back down to lower 70 range, technical bullish retest before bouncing higher. Of course, if you're trading that, you want to make sure that for example, if you're trading the bounce off of the 200 here, you want to make sure you're setting your stop loss just a little bit under here. So in case it does fail to hold those, you won't be caught in an underwater trade for longer than necessary. But hey, shout out Charles Coin, man. There we go. It's looking pretty good. I dig it. Over the years, what's the most amount of viewers on a live stream, Lark? You know, it's interesting. Maybe like 15,000 or something like that. But I didn't actually live stream throughout the entirety of 2020 and 2021. So we probably would have had some pretty good viewership back then. Basically, December, January, everybody wanted to know what's going on with crypto. Now, when the prices are cheap, nobody wants to hear about it anymore. Classic. Stay locked in, guys. The more time you spend in this industry, the more you learn about, the more opportunities show up, the more rooms you're in, okay? The more opportunities there are out there for you, you're going to win. The people who are just the tourists and come into top blast and then immediately capitulate and walk away and forget all about this industry until the prices are pumping again, those are the people that are basically going to be your exit liquidity. They're the ones who generally don't do super well in these markets. But if you stick around, you actually become an expert in these markets, you learn about them, you try to understand what's going on, the rhythms of these markets, the assets in these markets, the technology, how to farm airdrops, how to do some swing trades, stuff like that, you can do really, really well in crypto. Continuing. Lark, which services do you use to borrow against your cryptocurrencies? The only ones I could recommend, and of course, before I say that, I'd like you to understand that there is still the chance that these things get hacked and you lose all your money. So FYI, right? But I go on chain, man. After the debacles with Celsius and BlockFi back in 2022, fuck, man. The amount of stress and bullshit from that, geez Louise. On chain, if you need to do lending, it's on chain, man. For the Ethereum markets or wrapped Bitcoin or something like that, Aave and MakerDAO. Those are two pretty reliable platforms, been around for a long time. They haven't had any catastrophic hacks. So I trust my money over there. In the Solana ecosystem, I'm not sure. I haven't done any borrowing and lending on the Solana ecosystem, but maybe like, you know, I think like Camino Finance or something like that. But again, I haven't done any, so I wouldn't know exactly what to recommend. We're in a boring trap. Well, time-based capitulation is one of the things that shake people out more than anything. People expect overnight riches, and when they don't get it in crypto, they just sell and leave. I guess they go and buy bonds because that's super exciting. Sports betting, I guess. Everyone just goes to sports betting from here. Is that where we go? Anyway, there's very much a lot of different angles to crypto. And look, I continue to take money out of the crypto market over time and put, money into stocks and shit like that, and boring things, right? To sort of hold on to the wealth. But crypto is an interesting place to invest in because there's investing in Bitcoin, maybe some of the top blockchains and stuff like that. And there's some actual DeFi protocols that have real token models of buybacks or dividends and stuff. And there's interesting use cases here, right? But most of this is total dog shit. We all know it's total dog shit. I mean, come on, we're buying fart coin here, man. What are you going to do? A lot of the stuff will not hold value long term. A lot of this stuff is just a joke. At least something like fart coin's honest about being a joke. Your new hot VC coin, they're trying to sell you fart coin, but just as wrapped up as a layer 2 or some bullshit like that. Anyway, there's the highly speculative end of the market and there's sort of the actual investing end of the market. But most people will, of course, face time-based capitulation whenever they don't get rich overnight. And that's the sad reality of all markets. Jordan, nice to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Have you checked out Orca? I used to use Orca all the time back in the day. But haven't used it so much recently. I haven't really looked at the haven't really looked too much at the chart or anything like that. But I know they've been doing some good stuff over time and having some attention recently. Lark, Soul looking great here. You getting some, Chief? Well, I already switched all my Ethereum over to Solana, so we'll see how it plays out here. I've still got a good chunk of cash that I have not deployed. Thinking about to do with that. Took it out of Litecoin the other day around the entry price that I got into Litecoin. We'll see. Litecoin probably the next one to get an ETF, but I really want to see it show a little more strength in the charts recently. It's just kind of been grinding sideways. So I might put it back into that, or I might just blast it all into Sol and stake the Sol and wait for ETF hype to kick in, and then, which could be as soon as the end of April, and then sell it then, or see if we actually get some inflows and then sell it, or we'll see. Anyway, degenerate gambling is the most accurate term. Yeah, especially when it comes to, 99% of what's going on in this market. Bitcoin's not degenerate gambling. A lot of the top altcoins are not degenerate gambling. Everything else is, well, different shades of degenerate gambling. Lark, what is your view on Injective? It's just a coin that I have not thought a lot about since I sold it back last year. But I know they've been putting in a lot of work. Those guys are hardworking and continue shipping tech and, being at the forefront of a lot of stuff. But honestly, I haven't thought about them too much. Let's look at the chart. I think that's going to probably tell us an interesting story. My guess is it looks probably much like every other altcoin chart right now, which never know, you might be surprised. Let's have a look. It's every other altcoin chart right now. And this is the thing. Here you go. Look at that. Boom. Literally, it's the same as literally every single other altcoin chart right now. Basically, trading under all the key moving averages, trying to retake the 20-day EMA. And, this is, people sometimes, freak out when I sell a coin that they own. It doesn't matter, man. It really doesn't. You think about, there's very little outperformance in crypto, right? If you're sort of in, let's say, Aptos or Injective or whatever, some of these are going to outperform versus the others to certain times or to a certain extent, but a lot of the coins really just trade in unison with each other. There's no especially in a downtrend, there's really no sectors that outperform. In an uptrend, yes, you'll see AI sectors outperform, or meme coins outperform, or real world assets outperform, or whatever. And real world assets, to an extent, have actually outperformed in Q1 of 2025 so far, with some of those coins actually doing really, really well. But Harsh Singh, what's up, man? Injective looks kind of like the other charts right now. I don't see a compelling case of this versus, say, Aptos or something right now. Not saying that Injective's bad if that's the coin that you're in and that's the one you're really excited about. Fine, but it probably just doesn't go risk on until altcoins more broadly go risk on. Okay. There's literally no reason for Ethereum to rip. Feel sorry for the folks waiting for that to happen. Man, 100% Ethereum, the most hated coin of the cycle. You know, it's like you could own ETH or you could buy fart coin. Which one do you think is going to do a 10x first? You know what the answer is, and you don't like the answer, but it's the real answer. Or if you're bullish on layer 1 blockchains, why not own Solana over Ethereum? I know. It took me a long time to admit this to myself. You know, I just really all that shit with Vitalik coming out and being like, you know, we're all just Zen and we don't want to be anything more than, what did he say? Feminized World Economic Forum soy boys. Like, you know, read the room, Vitalik. This is the exact shit you should not be saying. Like, yeah, maybe you guys should have a culture update over at Ethereum, you know, and be more competitive in the world's most competitive industry. I get why the people are bearish on ETH right now. Now, it doesn't mean that ETH's not going to have some kind of a comeback arc, but it's got to get shit together. It's got to scale that main chain. The fact that Ethereum transactions, the second something happens in the market, Ethereum transaction fees spike massively. And oh, they're low right now. Yeah, because nobody's using Ethereum main chain, man. Why would you use the Ethereum main chain unless you absolutely have to? So everything's on Base, which is parasitic. Everything's on ZK Sync and Arbitrum, which are parasitic to the layer 1. They're parasitic to the layer 1. They're not symbiotic, they're parasitic. It's a big difference. So yeah, ETH probably still goes to 10K this cycle based off of institutional flows and stuff like that, but it hasn't got a lot of love from institutions yet. I think the Solana ETF is going to be very, very telling for the future of Ethereum, because if that Solana ETF starts seeing big inflows, I mean, holy shit. And I know what but Lark, the Ethereum ETF is going to have staking. Yes, at like 3% APY. And then the Solana ETF is going to come out with 10% APY. And I know it causes a lot of inflation, but still, Solana ETF is going to come out with a higher APY for staking at a much lower market cap compared to Ethereum, with all the metrics basically showing Solana outperforming Ethereum. Where do you think the money's going to go? If you were an investor, you didn't know a lot about crypto, and you see, okay, well, this one's worth $300 billion and this one's worth $80 billion, but I get more APY from holding this one and it's got more upside, and they're kind of the same tech-wise, aren't they? One's a blockchain and one's a blockchain. Your average investor looking at it, right? Where are they going to go? Where are they going to go? Anyway. Once institutions get their feet out of the crypto, they'll see benefits using compliant privacy coin for shielding the transactions. Zcash, Ryan, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, brother? Zcash, yeah, that's crazy, man. You're talking crazy talk, man. Zcash, what is this? Holy cow, I haven't heard about Zcash in a while. Used to mine a little bit of Zcash back in like 2020 or some shit. Anyway, besides the point. Zcash. Not seeing it, man. Not seeing it. You know, compliant privacy coins. Why not use Litecoin with Mimblewimble? There we go. Anyway, I don't know. Zcash, I just don't think anyone's getting very excited about Zcash in 2025. Maybe they got something big going on. I'll be all wrong about it, but yeah, I think privacy coins in general are struggling due to all the delistings and stuff like that. Look, the only real privacy coin that's worth giving a shit about, in my opinion, is Monero. It is the privacy coin if you want a real privacy coin. Now, obviously, it's not compliant because the privacy is so damn good, but that's the problem with Zcash, is that it's kind of dipping its toes into privacy without going full privacy. Monero is like the coin. If you want real private money, you want Monero. That's like next level shit. Problem is it keeps getting delisted from exchanges because the the privacy technology is so good it makes it non-compliant with like modern banking rules and all the technological big brother overlord shit that they're trying to do globally. Are Aptos metrics still bullish? Yes, I just shared about that a few minutes ago in the video. Go back a little bit and find that. We need to see alts consolidate here to form a bottom. Some of them have been consolidating, like what was that? Like the Aptos chart, right? It's been consolidating for weeks, and now it's starting to slowly grind up. Alt Zula, you're just trolling now, man. You're just trolling, buddy. I know it. No one's asked about Horizon, man. I see you. I see you, man. That's hilarious. Larky, following the developments happening on BitTensor. No, Gypsy King, I have not been following too close. I know a lot of people are very excited about BitTensor, and it's obviously one of the big AI coins, so I like it for that. But I don't follow it super closely. No hate on BitTensor. Those guys have done a lot of great stuff, and obviously got a great community and big tech and stuff like that. I just can't follow all the coins, you know. We need some good old-fashioned God candles. Well, they're coming. We might see one of those in the near future. But honestly, I think we can just consolidate a little bit, grind a little bit. We'll get the big market candles coming back. We'll get the big excitement coming back. Maybe it's the end of April. We might get it as soon as the end of April if we catch up with Global M2. That's not that far away, guys. A few weeks. Okay. Patience. That's what's required for markets sometimes. Just a little bit of patience, guys. Okay. We're finishing up there. And I appreciate you guys. I'll see you back for the next one. Peace.